I was on mute. Let me check. We got sound now. So, what I said, in the Sebastian Roger case, this child went missing in February. It's taken 10 months for new footage of proof of life of the child to finally be released. There appears to be an exchange between a woman in a green hoodie on the driver's side on camera with Sebastian in the last minutes of his proof of life video that appears to have an exchange with the mother, who is the only one that was with this said child from that point until the next 12 hours. And then she reported him missing. Now that all the internet sleuths have done the job of breaking it down as quick as possible, I want to shout out to MOB crew, MOP. You know, they do a great job over there. He's been on it forever. So, in this new footage, the internet sleuths decided to look into this because there's an obvious exchange of something, whether it's words or something in passing, and this green hoodie person literally comes up on the footage, waits by the mother's car on that side for over 2 full minutes, never approaches anybody else and asks them anything or has another interaction, even though then they'll go into the restaurant and mosey around till what appears to be the bathroom. Then they're in there for a long time, and then they come out, and then they beeline it out of the parking lot towards the shadows into an alternate parking lot that doesn't have CCTV. But TBI North Sumter County allegedly have even looked at this person ever until 4 days ago. 4. What in the actual world is going on? How inept do you have to be? That person was the second to the last person to ever see the victim alive, according to the mother. Because she went straight home. There's no eyewitnesses of him. He's just gone the next morning. So this is the second person, because the mother would be the last, and she was alone with this child for 12 hours before he goes missing. So don't take my word for it. Go ahead. Let's look at this little news article here. There we go. This is WSMV News. It's 4 days ago.
The Sumner County Sheriff's Office has marked out a person of interest in the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers. The teen with autism has been missing since February. Deputies recently said they were looking into a person wearing a green hoodie near the Texas Roadhouse in relation to Sebastian's disappearance. Today, they interviewed that person and confirmed there is no evidence linking them to the case.
Today, they interviewed that person. What in the actual fudge at Christmas have you been doing with your money that you get from these county people that pay their taxes? I've been gone from publicly doing videos on Sebastian for months, and this is the shite I come back to find out, that when you do release the video, if you had released it months and months ago, we would have been that much further ahead. So you might as well spill the damn beans, because you suck. Frankly, my dear, you suck arse. Your shite investigation has gotten us absolutely nowhere. I feel pathetically sorry for the father of this child, that he is reliant upon these investigators that don't even investigate a person that is the second to see the victim alive before they're gone. Okay, I'm going to come up to top side. I did film ahead so that you could see 4 days ago down here, in case you're questioning when this was aired. 4 days ago. And that, I just took that in between lives right now. I screenshot that for you. They just now talked to green hoodie person. That's like hiring somebody, you know, and just putting them to work and then coming to them about 10 months later and going, hey, I need you to fill out an application, please, to work here. Phyllis Touchstone says there is something very wrong. Why wait this long? Let's go to this little clip. I like this little clip. I played it the other night. Let's listen to this.
Rogers, again, as I've said, the sheriff's department gave me a weird answer when I asked if Chris Proudfoot had friends in the sheriff's department, and he told me he's not friends with the sheriff. That wasn't the question I asked.
If you're new to the case, this is the stepdad that's in a custody battle for his daughter with his ex-wife, Nina. Now, after Sebastian went missing, he was given visitation, if you will. I'm not sure it was custody. I guess I got corrected on that. Visitation for the summer with his daughter. Even though they already lost a kid. Like, oh, and somebody was like, you know, all on the mother's side. And I say that because, listen to me. They were all like, how dare you focus on the mother? I'm so tired of channels and people like you making money off Sebastian's name. Blah, 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 blah. I ain't making no money off Sebastian. Trust me. The views aren't there. Just telling you straight up. The views aren't there. If you're covering Sebastian Rogers' case, it's not for the money. Because it ain't there. I tend to go for the underdog, and Sebastian by far is the underdog. Here's the problem. The reason I'm focused on Mommy Dearest is because she was the last one to see this child alive. Because she was alone with the last 12 hours that this child breathed air. She was the one that screwed up and said she ran back to the house when then she corrected herself that she drove. Did she run back after she was out there with a flashlight? Because that's what we have is a flashlight video. And what do we have? We have LE, police, trying to tell us, investigators, that's a trash truck. Every local and their yokel have had their CCTV footage. They know their truck run. They know when the trash comes, when it leaves. That wasn't it. We all know it. We're not buying it. So now you can't come up and be like, okay, now we're just going to drop a bomb that this new video, which we've had all along, we haven't investigated it. No, we have not questioned. Well, we did now. We did it today after you guys were like, you know, you internet sleuths got into it. And then we were like, oh my gosh, we have to like make it really look like we're doing something over here. Ocean Deep 24, Mama D wants to help solve where he is, and only that reason. Keep going, Mama D. Truth. Absolute truth. So, a while ago, I freaked out on Sebastian Rogers because I was so deep in the case, but I wasn't sharing any of it on the public side, how deep I was, because I was in background reports. Let me take this off the screen for a minute so I can just kind of bring you up to speed where I sit in the Sebastian Roger case. So behind the scenes, I was paying for background reports and so forth with every dollar I got. And I was able to get the information of Katie's family and of Seth's family, the mother and father, as well as the stepdad. And I kept it all private, and I still will because that's not my place to share. All right. In that process, I came across a name or a very important name. Now, Sebastian has autism, and he requires unique, caring guidance in his life. And autism is something I'm familiar with. And I thought of, if Katie is protecting this child somehow from the father in her mind, because in her perception, perhaps she sees the ex as a threat to Sebastian in some way, perhaps she would try to hide the child with family. All right? There was this already understanding that was a rumor that has since been more or less more and more appearing to be true, but we still don't have concrete, hard proof that there were serious problems within the home, to the point that the first kind of uncomfortable part was that it had been made clear to all of us as creators and viewers in researching the case of Sebastian, something occurred that now was an understatement when it came to Chris, of protecting his daughter, and that his daughter and Sebastian would not be in the same house at the same time. Don't know what it meant, but I was like, that's weird. That means that Chris can't have his daughter there if Sebastian's there. And so, to prove that that is most likely the case, here comes Christmas, and we all know that Sebastian stayed with his father during Christmas break, and it's come from that direction that it was mostly to spend time with his real dad, but also because that way the daughter could come home to the stepdad, Chris, and Katie, Sebastian's mom, and have Christmas with them. After that, there got to be some hairy stuff going on in the courts, all right? I'm not going to drag out everybody's secrets here, but it was all custody related. Meanwhile, Chris has made it clear that he's not coming home. In fact, neighbors have vouched and stated that the stepdaddy after Christmas basically come home a few times, but then didn't come home at all in February, and then he confirmed that he didn't come home in February. Much research and rumors later, so take it with a grain of salt, a pinch of salt, is that he couldn't come home because there was a CPS hold, meaning that him and Sebastian could not be in the same household at the same time. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what had been leaked out, and that's what people believe, more or less. That's my understanding. All right. Now, all this is boiling up, obviously. If any of this is true, like if the daughter can't come home because Sebastian's there and Sebastian has to leave, or if CP can't be in the home, when I say CP, I'm meaning the stepdad, if he can't be in the home when Sebastian's there, this is all getting pretty tricky. Now, we do know that they were speaking about having Sebastian live with Seth, the real dad, but that didn't seem to lead out or pan out or even come into question as to why that didn't take place sooner then. Something is not jiving with why that didn't transmit out. The next thing we know, Sebastian's gone. Yeah, best day of his life. And there's a video of him playing games at the arcade with the Bauer Sox and other family members and cousins. It isn't lovely to watch. It doesn't appear that Sebastian's having all that much fun. It looks like he's talked down to quite a bit from my perspective. All right, so then we go into this new footage, and it reveals something. There's that exchange, the 2-minute wait by the car, the mother in the restaurant doing the entire, scanning. All right, so they connect. What'd they connect with? What was that exchange? Why don't we know more about what that was about? Or are we supposed to swallow it as just another garbage truck pill in this case? I mean, you didn't even investigate it till 4 days ago, which means the internet sleuths are the ones that brought it to your attention. Had it been the real deal, it would have been us that solved it. How do we know it's not the real deal? Can we believe you? Can we trust you? Let's look back at your history. If we're going with TBI, we're looking at Summer Wells' case, which the dog handlers themselves came online and stated they were never allowed to bring the dogs into Summer Wells' home. Only the basement, not the upstairs living quarters. What? That little girl never got found. And that's who we're relying on to find Sebastian. So if they're just investigating leads, and trust me, that's a lead. Even if that person just happened to see something about Sebastian himself or overhear something, that person should have been the second one questioned, the mother, and then the second person to see that child alive. Should have been number 2. But wasn't done for 10 months. And then we ask, why haven't we found Sebastian? It's boggling. The Willy Wonka 2007 done. Yeah, 5 CPS reports allegedly coming from that home. And bruising is what I'm seeing. I could be wrong, but it appears to have bruising in several photographs. Let me get back over to PowerPoint for a minute. Now, I didn't get this ready for you, but I wanted you to look at some pictures and listen to this. So Dolly felt now, I felt this way the first couple weeks, but 9 months later, other creators such as Dolly, which I enjoy, are starting to see what I was saying.
If it's a big nothing burger, then it ain't the first nothing burger we got, right, guys? I think anything to kind of go off of is better than nothing. It's worth looking into. That's why I spent yesterday, if you notice I wasn't up here, I was digging into people's backgrounds, okay? Because I told y'all, 2 days ago, I said, look, I got a message, and I ain't going to go over it. I want to be able to check into it, give them time to supply me with some kind of proof, right, that their family works for the CPS, and that they...
Okay. BJ Boop, chocolate milk and photo is a bruise in my opinion. Thank you. Remember in the very beginning of the case where I was showing all the bruising and people were like, that's just a shadow from his collar and his hair. How dare you attack these parents? That's a lawsuit and slander. And I'm like, whatever. I'm just telling you what I think. All right, look at this. You tell me what do you see in this child? Let me crop it down to where you're not distracted by all this. This is right out from the Sheriff's Department here of a picture of Sebastian. Let me make it nice and big for you. What do you see? What do you see down in here? That don't look like a thumbprint? It looks like somebody went like that. All right. Now I want you to look at this little line. Remember, I showed all this in the beginning when everybody wanted to, tell me I was absolutely crazy. Where's the colored pencil one? All right. I don't know what color I got. I want to know what this is. Right down through here. Doesn't that look like the curve and the bumps of your fingers right here? Bump, 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 bump. Here's the thumb. Look. Like somebody, or how would it be? Yeah. Somebody grabbing you like that to talk to you or lift you. And look. More bruising back on this backside. Look at this. This is all my humble opinion. Let me make it bigger for you so that you guys can see what I'm doing. I'll take all that away. All right, let's make it big again. Explain this to me. Let's fix this picture a little bit. We're gonna format it. I'm I'm going to sharpen it just a little bit. Okay. Let's lower that brightness because it's got a little bit of overexposure. And then I'm just darkening it a slight bit so that you can see what I'm saying. Now, let's get that pencil. Let's get red. All right, this is what I'm talking about. I'm just going to draw it like a puzzle piece. Here is what I see as a thumbprint. See the rest of the hand coming down here. I see this bump, 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 as if it's the palm of the hand. Now I'll undo it and you tell me, what do you see? Lots of marks and scratches, ocean deep 24. Fuzzy deer, how sad. Neck bruising and hand marks, says Debbie Gazzardo. Dawn says, chocolate milk photo looks like his eyes in the corner near bridge of nose. That's bruising for Pete's sake, says Jennifer Swain. Well, it only took 9 months for everybody to catch up and not yell at me. He told his teacher on school he was beaten when he was missing. Right, Irma. T. says, can you take shots of the video at TRH? Compare if he had bruises the very next day after this picture was taken. I don't know, hon. I'll have to research that. That's a good question. That's a big bruise, right? All right, I want a different picture. You know, in case somebody's like, well, that's the shadow of his collar and his neck. All right. Let me bring it forward. This one is the most disturbing thing I've ever seen in my life. And I'll be honest, it makes me absolutely freak the heck out. This is scary. This is very, very scary for me. I am going to crop down past his chin. I want you to tell me what's going on here. What's this? This is on this child's body. Now, I'm going to undo it all. And you might be like, well, that's part of a shirt. No, it's not clothing. This is on his skin. You see it? Keep watching. That's just on his skin. And if you look close, it goes all the way back here. Here. And this is black. It's black. That is shocking. I have not seen that kind of coloration in a bruise. If I would have seen that on a child, I wouldn't allow the child to go home until the home had been thoroughly investigated. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's something wrong with this photo. But I haven't done a damn thing to this photo. I haven't lightened it. I haven't done one thing to it. Let's go back to listen to what Dolly has to say, you guys. I wanted to share that little bit. Hit him up, give him some love. He's getting up there in subscribers.
If it's a big nothing burger, then it ain't the first nothing burger we got, right, guys? I think anything...
Hold on, I want to get Sebastian's little face on here for you.
If it's a big nothing burger, then it ain't the first nothing burger we got, right, guys? I think anything to kind of go off of is better than nothing. You know, it's worth looking into. That's why I spent yesterday, if you notice I wasn't up here, I was digging into people's backgrounds, okay? Just to, because I told y'all, 2 days ago, I said, look, I got a message, and I ain't going to go over it. I want to be able to check into it, give them time to supply me with some kind of proof, right, that their family works for the CPS, and that they have seen this paperwork.
Okay. So back months and months ago about me freaking out. So here's why I freaked out. I did the research on the people. And at the time, there was a lot of talk about the mother's side of the family living in North Carolina. And right there in that area, I found this name on this background report of an aunt of the mother of Sebastian. I had the name perfectly right, too. So I plugged it into my resources, and boom, I landed this woman that was the head of an autistic school. Well, nobody knew what was going on online at all. I freaked out because I'm like, OMG. So I went to the woman's Facebook page that does this autistic school, and she had all kinds of information about Sebastian. And I'm like, OMG. So I called the school, recorded it, told them I was recording them, did an interview with them, and then forwarded everything and got a hold of TBI, which told me that Sumner handles everything, that they're only doing whatever Sumner asked them. I kind of argued about that, but whatever, and my stuff went to Sumner and sat there. So pretty soon I get a hit back that even though everything coincidentally was perfectly correct, the name was right, this person was sharing stuff about Sebastian, all this crap, oh, and I forgot a part. So while I was freaking out, I ran over to, at the time, T-Rev. It was doing 24 Lives, and I knew he knew Seth, the father. And I wanted to stay behind the scenes, but I didn't know how else to do it to get Seth's number so I could talk directly to Seth. So anyway, T-Rev got my message. It freaked everybody out. They want to know what I was doing, and I just said, calling in a tip on Sebastian, went on my way. Everybody got mad at me and tried to make me tell what I was talking about over on T-Rev's by saying that I had nothing. It was a big nothing burger. I'm like, I don't care. I can't talk about it right now. So 2 weeks go by. Or no, not even. I think it was more like 10 days went by. And come to find out, they explain that the name is identical, but that woman is not related to Sebastian. And I'm like, oh, okay. So they said it was a thank you, but it wasn't a lead that led to anything. Now, I don't know if it should have. I don't know why it didn't go further. I mean, I had to take their word for it. What am I going to do? I was released to go ahead, share everything. I went live later. I shared the phone call with the place. And I thought he had been enrolled in an autistic place. Okay. I've been gone from the case for what? 3 months? And I've been on the Jay Slater case. Maybe 4 or 5 months from Sebastian. Gone as in I'm not doing public. But I watch everything. And in this, now people are suggesting that there are letters out there, allegedly, where they were trying to find a place to put Sebastian before he went missing. Allegedly, there are CPS reports, allegations of abuse, all within that home, all alleged. And I'm like, wow. So, I don't know. Green hoodies involved, says Chloe. Hi, Chloe. Timmy Derby, what do you mean the bot will strike back? What are you talking about? Oh, yeah. So YouTube has a bot, and if you use too many repeating emojis, YouTube will delete it automatically. Sam R says they seem to be doing this with everything. Maybe you should pass this info to Doug. And yes, that's true. An email. I talk directly to Seth. I don't need to. Seth talks to Doug the bounty hunter. I gave all that information to Seth. He confirmed I had the names right. Hell, after I did all this and I acknowledged what had happened and the name, and I went into detail, and I did total transparency later on with my audience. CP himself, the stepdad, was online in a live and called me out, not by name, but he's like, that woman YouTuber, she got pretty, she had the names right. She did have the names right. Yeah, I know. No, I mean, it wasn't a fake thing. I thought, I was praying to God that none of it would get out until TBI got to the school, and maybe they'd find Sebastian and he would be alive and be rescued. And so I was terrified that somebody would find out that the school was even getting looked into. They never looked into the school at all. They basically told me even though everything looks like it checks out, it don't. There you go. Hey Maria, you say, in my opinion, KP gave Sebastian up. Taking pictures was sending pictures to someone, in my opinion. Honeybees SUK, let's show Mama D some love, and the mod sending you all hugs. Love you, darlings. YouTuber is asking, did I show Seth a photo of KP's aunt? No. I didn't even tell Seth the whole tip. I basically needed, before I called in the tip to TBI, I wanted to talk to him to find out if I had the correct person, if I had the right information. I named the person, and he said, yes, that is Katie's aunt. And I said, is this her birthday? He said, it's like that. I said, is this how she spells her name? He said, yes, I believe so. And then he said that, Katie's past family is not somebody that is reputable. And I'll leave it that way. He didn't use those words, but, I'm going to keep it clean. And so then I got off the phone with him. I continued then believing that, now I'm at that point thinking, this is just absolutely crazy. And if I go back on her Facebook and this person is in the know all the way in North Carolina and these locations, and it's weird because it was so close to Katie's real dad, the mother's real dad. It just got, I thought I had nailed it, but they never really investigated it much. SJ11 says, green hoodie, shuffled, odd walk, seemed homeless or at least very unhealthy or poor. Could have been the lighting and the shiny jeans that are over the shoes a little bit, maybe, or something. That is a shadowy part with a curb. And if she's talking over her shoulder and got her hand up to do the whole wave to Katie, she might have been unsure of her footing there, but she seems to skedaddle out of there like lickety split, like she can move it. She can move it. You have this awful feeling she gave him Somerset, in my opinion, says Ocean Deep 24. I know, right? Kazaroki is saying, please look at Sebastian's neck in that photo. I did, my lovely. I did this months and months ago when nobody felt the way I did. They were telling me it was all shadows, that there's no way, and that Katie was such a good mom. And everybody got mad at me. But I've always said that I honestly believe that this child was choked, in my humble opinion. Samar says, GH beeline the green hoodie beeline the opposite way when she saw someone. She didn't want to be seen. Irma says, bring Sebastian home for Seth. He is so emotional and he cries on his birthday. Yeah, now Sebastian is 16. I pray he is alive. But look at that neck, y'all. If my kid came home with that mark on him ever, charges would be pressed. So what is that? YouTuber says, in my opinion, I would bypass and give it all to FBI dog TBH at night, PS Nick the Hat. Well, I could try it. I've got all the research of the name and everything. She's the head of an autistic school. Kim, and she has the exact same name as Katie's aunt on her mother's side. Just saying. Kim G didn't appear. The last photos taken were on the neck area by KB, and she zooms in on the area per the TRH footage. I got to get that footage and review it. Rose is asking, was Sebastian an argumentative teen? I don't know, hun. I don't know. Did they? Oh, good question. I can't catch it. The chat is flying. Okay, where is it? There it is. Did the LE, meaning police, interview Green Hoodie Gal in person? I believe so. I believe so. Let's go and see what we got. Okay, we'll listen to this all the way.
The Sumner County Sheriff's Office has marked out a person of interest in the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers. The teen with autism has been missing since February. Deputies recently said they were looking into a person wearing a green hoodie near the Texas Roadhouse in relation to Sebastian's disappearance. Today, they interviewed that person and confirmed there is no evidence linking them to the case. Deputies continue to say that the search for Sebastian remains a top priority.
Whoops, sorry.
All leads.
That's all we got. I did talk to Seth. Yeah, I talked directly to him. He knows all about what I shared. Seth himself has all the info that I shared other than the name of the school, which he knows how to get in touch with me at any time. I would provide absolutely anything he wanted. I gave everything to Seth other than the name of the school, which he didn't want at the time. So I followed through. I made every report with all legal people. Everything. I followed completely, thoroughly through. Just saying, Fuzzy dear, I hope you feel better. Mama D, please talk to Silver's on the scene. He has spoken with the FBI and he knows who to talk to. I mean, I gave it to TBI, I gave it to Sumner, and I gave it to Seth. Seth is working with all the others. If you want me to, that's fine. Have that person email me. I would gladly give them all the information. Absolutely. But like I said, I followed through, so it didn't pan out. There's two different people. At least that's what I was told. Also in the Texas Roadhouse footage, KP is wearing a black hoodie and Sebastian had on short sleeves, no jacket. Didn't they say Sebastian wore a black hoodie as he was throwing the trash before bed? Allegedly. Yes. I believe you are correct on that. True train coming through. Bogey FBI turned Silver away. He was forced to turn over what he found on Sumner. I don't know what that means, hon. Could the mother have lost it and snapped? That make you wonder? That's a good question, right? Maui's son. Y'all, doesn't Dog work with Seth? Aren't they together? Or is Dog on his own? Nothing to do with Seth. From my understanding, Seth and Dog the Bounty Hunter are literally working together, correct? Give me a 1 if that's true. You're leery of the Sumner. I don't blame you. I'm leery of Sumner too. I'm leery of TBI. Right, so exactly, Boogie Street. Seth and Dog are one. So I've already communicated to Seth. So if it's important, Seth will tell Dog. You feel me? Well, then Seth will give the information. Seth's very aware of everything I explained. So you're not catching what I'm saying. Seth, the father, is working with Dog the Bounty Hunter. He knows. I told him everything. Seriously. Ned Mew's autistic teens prone to meltdowns can be very strong. Wonder if parent held him off and it went too far and accidentally hurt him and tried covering it up. That could happen too. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I pray that he is at a school. I pray to God he is at a school, that he is safe. And at this point, I just wanted to say, how in the world are we supposed to not feel that there's something sus about the green hoodie person when you never explained what that encounter was? And if the person is so vetted, why did you wait 10 months to vet them? I don't get it. I don't get it. Do you get it? All right, my lovelies, that is all I have. I just need to say that it is green hoodie guy's nothing, or girl, or whatever is nothing according to Ellie and Dog the Bounty Hunter. Everybody's on the same page. Nothing to see here. Move along, move along. That's just somebody that waited 2 minutes by the car for the mother to come out, and then there was an exchange, and then the woman went to the bathroom. Had nothing to do with Sebastian. They vetted her yesterday, or 4 days ago. They vetted him. So, with that, my lovelies, I pray for true justice, which means that the truth is revealed and that Sebastian is found. I truly pray that. All right, my loves. No way they question hoodie, says Gina H. No, you guys aren't accepting it either. Is it a garbage truck? Or is it flashlights? I don't know. That hoodie guy, hoodie girl, whatever. Could that be somebody that Katie the mother knows? These are all questions I have. I love you guys. Godspeed, girl. Ocean Deep. Hey, guys, I'm going to catch a little bit of sleep, and then later, either early morning, midnight, maybe, I don't know, on the other channel, my second channel, 1111 Crime Story, we're going to be talking about UFOs over there. So it'll be very late at night for me. It'll probably be about 3-4 hours, maybe 5 hours before I jump over there. But if you're interested, go get cat napping. Jump back on over with me. I love you guys. Bye for now.